What's going on, Buffs Nation? I hope you all are having a wonderful Friday, a wonderful start to your extended weekend, maybe for some of y'all with Memorial Day, but we know that this is a big weekend for the Buffs. We have transfers and high school commits, some of them coming here for the first time. So we're excited. I'm sure they're excited. And I thought that I would give you like my top 3 things that I'm looking forward to as we begin this summer period. Number 1, how do we fill out the rest of this tight end position? Of course, we have the graduate and JUCO and walk-on camp starting this summer here shortly. And I'm wondering if we add another couple tight ends. You know, we have offered already a couple JUCO tight ends in Gilbreth and Bentley. Right now, we have 3 scholarship tight ends on the roster, and that's where we're at so far. So I'm wondering, you know, what might happen with this tight end position. Is it true that we might see some players on the roster play multiple positions? And I believe Sav'ell Smalls, he's going to focus on that edge rushing position, but man, like that would be interesting to see him get some looks at tight end. You know, with all the offensive linemen that we've brought in as well. Does Sean Lewis maybe just go in that direction with some of these formations and having just another offensive lineman line up in that tight end position for some of these formations? I'm curious to know what y'all think, but the tight end position is something that I'm definitely having my eye on as we enter this whole summer period. And speaking of all of these camps within this summer period and as we begin fall camp, curious about quarterback. You know, some of us have talked about how we would like to see Colorado get a quarterback in here to back up Shedeur that has some college football experience. Now, I think that can be tough because not a lot of Power 5 teams have the luxury of having, you know, super talented and experienced quarterbacks behind their QB1. And I'm wondering, okay, do we bring on somebody from the JUCO level? But I think right now, my gut feeling is that it's going to be a competition for QB2 between our freshman quarterbacks, Kasen, Weisman, and Ryan Staub. Now, Kasen Weisman wasn't here this previous semester. Ryan Staub was, but Kasen Weisman's coming over from Douglasville, Georgia, and I mean, he's a gamer. I need to do a video on both him and Ryan Staub, kind of breaking down their game, their play style a little bit, but both of these guys have the ability, I think, to be the heir apparent to Deion Sanders whenever he decides to leave. Like, they have that potential, they have that ability. And you've even heard Sean Lewis speak very highly of Ryan Staub this past semester and how he's been in that quarterback meeting room. I would not be surprised if we go into the season with Ryan Staub and Kasen Weisman as those 2 backup quarterbacks. And lastly, let's talk about some defense. Let's talk about some front 7. Of course, we have a ton of edge rushers here at CU now, 11 on the scholarship chart. And I would expect Jordan Dominick and Derek McClendon to kind of win those competitions to be those starting edge rushers. But again, we have 11 edge rushers here coming in on scholarship. And the competition for those rotational edge positions is going to be extremely intense. You know, I think kind of my gut feeling is that Jeremiah Brown's going to be part of that top 3 rotation. But I mean, outside of that, we have a talented freshman, Tajay McCoy, coming in here. We have JJ Hawkins and Arden Walker coming here from SEC programs, being there for a couple of years. They're ready to show out. They're ready for their breakout time. We got some guys from smaller schools such as D.V. Harris or Kyrie Mann's coming here. We have Sav'ell Smalls, a 5-star talent that's looking for a change of scenery, that's looking to be used a little bit differently. That definitely has the physical talent to be successful. And lastly, we have a couple holdovers from last year. Of course, Chance Main is back now after putting on that weight, and Joshka Guskov as well. And, you know, they got a lot to prove. You know, being on the team last year, showing that they belong here, that they're talented enough to really show out on this team that is much deeper than it was in years past. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. What are your things you're looking for in this summer period? What are the things that fascinate you the most that you're going to have your eye on as time goes on? But fall camp, not too far away now. I think we're a little less than 100 days before we kick off against TCU. It's going to be exciting. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Again, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't yet, and Sco Buffs.